Hello, 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 and welcome to another Conversations with JR. I hope that you are doing well and enjoying this wonderful weather. And definitely, our thoughts and prayers are for the people in Florida who are experiencing such a destruction from these hurricanes. Today's conversation is dedicated to the topic or the saying that, they always say that the truth will set you free. I say the truth will set you free, the truth will hurt, but it all will also bring you clarity. It would also bring you clarity. I am going to share with you today an experience that I I experienced a few months ago, and it's about truth, and it's about truth of people and what I learned going through that experience. Now, Conversations with JR is not about bashing anyone and bringing anybody down, speaking negative of anyone. Conversations with JR is about speaking truth, sharing experiences, motivating people to reflect, discover, reset, make adjustments. And that's exactly what I had to do a few months ago. So let me begin when I talk about the truth hurts, but it brings clarity. Back in July, this month is October. So back in July, I went to the doctor for a regular physical. And I knew that something was wrong with my body, but I wasn't aware of the conditions that my body was in. I was losing weight. I was feeling a lot of stress. It's just a lot of things was going on with me for months before I decided, you know what, I'm going to go to the doctor, I'm going to get a physical, and I'm going to get down to the bottom of this. So I did. Got to the doctor's office, blood test, urine, the pre stuff that you do before you go into the doctor's office. Went to the doctor's office. He said, congratulations. Your AC is 14 and your blood sugar is 300 and your blood pressure is skyrocketed and you're going to the hospital. I was shocked. Oh, so he said, you're going to the hospital. I was nervous. I was upset. But however, I listened to the doctor. They took me to the emergency room. And I have to say, I see things on emergency rooms in hospitals. I hear people's experience going to the emergency room. But I have to say that I went to the emergency room and I was taken care of from the moment that they will be in, the EMS people will be in until they transfer me, which was hours later. They transferred me from one hospital to the next. And when I got to the next hospital, I went straight up to my room. It was like after midnight. I thought they were just going to let me get in the bed, go to sleep. No, the nurses came. They did what they had to do to stabilize me. So, make a long story short, I was in there for 3 days. Left my poor little dog Peanut home, but I am grateful that I live in a building where people know Peanut, his dog walker, has keys to my apartment. And they took care of my baby and they were concerned about me. So you might say to yourself at this point, okay, so JR, what does this have to do with the truth hurts, but it brings clarity? Well, here's the truth. Well, here's the hurtful part first, and here's the truth. When I got out of the hospital, I stayed home for a week. I was weak and I was unable to take care of myself. And I thought that there were certain people in my life, in my circle, that will come and help me during my time of distress. And how wrong I was. And at this point, what I want to say to my listeners is this: stop hurting and looking and grieving over the people who don't show up. And what you need to do is look at the people who do show up in your life and honor them. love them. Because what happened to me was there were people there in my life, a very few, but there were people in my life that came and showed up. First, it was my friend. He's always there, my BFFF. Randy came, left his job from his hospital and came. I didn't even know he was coming. Surprised me and came to the emergency room. I told him I was being transferred to another hospital. He quickly took my house keys. He went to my house. He got stuff that I needed, came back to the hospital, made sure that I was okay. You know, and then when I was transferred to the other hospital, stayed there 3 days, and when I was being released from the hospital, they were asking me, was there someone coming to pick me up? So I said, I'm going to have to call an Uber. No, I did not have to call an Uber. Another great friend, sister, friend, just happened to text me and say, how are you doing? And I said, I'm being released from the hospital. Now, she's a CNA in the hospital in Manhattan. She says, oh, no, you stay right there until I get there. She drove all the way to Manhattan, up to Mount Vernon to get me. Made sure that I got my medication, made sure that I had food, and that was it. I had a few people who came, look after me, made sure that I was okay. After the week, I felt strong enough to go back. My neighbors took care of my dog. But what disappointed me was that no family member came to see me, came to help out. No member from my house of worship came to see me, came to help me. It was only two that called me constantly and said, if you need anything. Now, I know these two dynamic women. It's a mother and a daughter, and I knew that they would come. But at that point, I was really hurt. I was really hurt because now I'm facing a truth. When people tell you that they love you, they hug you, they tell you that they're concerned about you, but when you find yourself in a situation where you reach out and you need those people and they're not there for you, but they constantly tell you that they love you and that they're there to support you and call on us when you need us, and you are left out there on your own, I'm going to tell you right now, I was devastated. That happened back in July, and it is October. And now I am sharing this with my readers. And it still brings tears to my eyes. It still brings tears to my eyes. I live alone. I have my dog. But what I wasn't looking at was, I was so busy being devastated and crippled and going through emotional anger and mental stress about the people who were not there for me, that I wasn't looking at the people who were there for me. My friend Randy, who constantly left his job to come check on me. Deanna, my good sister friend, who last couple of times that I was sick, she showed up to my house and made soup to make sure that I was okay. She just rung my bell, came in and started making soup. I was expecting for family members to come and stay with me for a couple of days, and help me out. But again, I live in a private house. I live in a house with a family of caring people. And they took care of me and made sure that I was okay. When I had to go back to the doctor, my good friend, my landlord, which he doesn't like the word landlord, he likes the word homeowner, but he's my good friend over 20 years. He took me to the doctor. He took me to the doctor. They were concerned. They wanted updates. They wanted to know what I was doing. They wanted to know what I was eating. They were there for me. They were there for me. I said all of this to share my experience with you because, again, I was facing a truth that hurt me, but it led me to reality. It led me to clarity. It led me to understand people don't mean when they say they love you. Those are words. Words are empty. Action is where it's at. When people tell you that they love you, especially the people that you worship with, tell you that they love you, but in a time of crisis and they don't have your back, and then your own family, and your own family. I remember during the summertime before all of this happened to me, my one of my sisters was going in for open heart surgery. I got the call. I got the call. I live in the Bronx. She's in Mount Sinai. I live in New York City. Listen, I took Ubers there and back. It didn't matter to me. I needed to be there for her, to pray for her. I sat in her room when she went to sleep just to know that she was okay. No matter how long it took me, I had to do what I had to do. This was family. I needed her to know that someone was going to be there for her. And what did I get? I got nothing. I got nothing. The truth hurts, but the truth sets you free when you get clarity about certain situations in your life. It took me a while, when I tell you a while, to get over my anger and devastation. I felt so abandoned. When I tell you abandoned, I felt so abandoned and so alone. But what I was not paying attention to was the people, the circle of people that I had around me. Even my coworker, I shared office with her. If you need me, she said, you call me. And I know that she would be there. I know that she would be there. We pay too much attention and spend too much of our time and our precious energy mourning and grieving and holding grudges against people who tell you that they will be there for you. But when we call upon them, they're not there for you. Let it go. I had to let it go. I did. I did a lot of healing, and a lot of crying, and a lot of praying, and a lot of journaling. I had to look at the truth for what it was and what it is. I had to free myself from that. I had to look back and honor the people who made this journey with me. And I am so much better now. So you're probably wondering what was wrong with me. So, not paying attention to my body. My pancreas stopped making insulin. I was in a mess. I was in a mess. The first 7 weeks after being discharged from the hospital in July, I had to go on a treatment, a regimen of injecting myself 4 times a day with insulin, being careful about what I ate. I had to go through this treatment. I have a wonderful doctor who told me that what I was experiencing was treatment. Do not own, he said to me, someone saying to you, you are a diabetic. You are not a diabetic. You are a person who has diabetic symptoms and you are in treatment. Your blood pressure is elevated. You are in treatment. So after the 7 weeks of injecting myself 4 times a day, which was hard, but I did it, eating properly, listening to the nutritionist, after that he put me on a different regimen, a different treatment. I don't have a bag full of medications because I don't need it. I left the hospital taking three medications because he said treatment to stabilize what was going on with my body because he believed that I was healthy enough that my body would repair itself. And he is right. So here we are in October. I started in September. I no longer injected myself 4 days a week because I was in treatment to stabilize my body. I only inject myself once a week, and I only take one blood pressure medication 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I said that to say to people that when you go to a doctor, listen to your doctor, yes. But my doctor, he likes to use different phrases and different words. I am in treatment. I feel so much better. You have no idea. I feel and look so much better. But he told me, do not claim you are being treated for high blood pressure. You are being treated for diabetes symptoms. But you are not your diagnosis. This is a whole lifestyle change to me. See, I had to face the truth. I got some clarity, honey. And let me tell you something. That truth about what was going on with my body has set me free. Because I am feeling wonderful. I am paying attention to what my body is telling me. It's a whole lifestyle change, people. So don't think that you could just take that medication. It's all going to go away because it's not. I can laugh at it now, but I have a great medical team. I'm able to cook and take care of myself, thank God. I am grateful for the people who came, the people in my circle who came to my rescue and who are concerned about me and who showed up. And let me tell you something. These are the same people, the same circle of people. I suffered from COVID twice, and I've been vaccinated 4 times. I suffered once in January for a whole week. Who came to my rescue? Randy and Deanna. Randy and Deanna, people that I lived with. And then I got sick again in July, stayed home for a week. It's the same people that keep showing up. But those who say they have your back, those who said they love you, and we're praying for you. I appreciate the prayers. Trust me when I tell you, I appreciate the prayers, but what I needed was their presence. Listen, when I got the COVID, people shopped for me and they left it at my door. Made soup for me and left it at my door. I appreciated that. I am having this conversation with you, those who are listening, those who are going to share this. I am sharing this with you because I had to face the truth. It hurted. I had to go through the pain of healing, getting rid of my anger. I don't hold no grudges against anyone. But I faced my reality. I honor the ones who show up. I honor them. I'm not angry at the ones who give me lip service and tell me, I'll be there for you and I love you and I'm praying for you. No, this conversation is about, we can change each other's life with one single conversation. Think about who's in your circle. Think about how you go out of your way for people. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. You have a right to say no. You have a right to look at the circle of people that you're in, what you're doing, how you're doing it, whether it's the reason. My circle might be small, but they're small and strong and they show up for me. And I had to realize that. It took me, 4, 5, 6 months to really understand that. I don't feel any anger. I go to my house of worship. I don't feel no anger towards nobody. I have people who have my back, and they have shown that to me time and time again. So, I'm going to ask you a question. When the truth hits you, are you willing to face it? Understand what the truth is? Understand the truth for reality? Let it heal you? Get some clarity? And then let it go. Think about that. Until the next time, I thank you for listening to Conversations with JR. You can always find me on YouTube. You can always find my books on Amazon.com. Until the next time, listen, the truth may hurt, but it's definitely going to set you free.